y'all, this is Anna Alexander coming to you fresh from the movie theater where I just saw Bullet Train, which is out now this weekend. So, all right, so I had seen trailers for this movie everywhere, and then all of a sudden I didn't see them at all, to the point that I forgot this movie was coming out until my little reminder came up yesterday saying, hey, your movie starts in 2 hours, and I went, oh, do I even want to leave the house tonight? Nah. So I postponed it to today, and it doesn't bode well when it feels like if you're going to a movie like it's work. But I'm here. I saw. Was it worth my time? Sort of. My goal when I go to a movie is always at the end of the day, I want to say that I had an enjoyable experience. Yeah, I could say I pretty much enjoyed it. Did I love Bullet Train? No, not yet. I think this may be a movie that will grow on you in time. Now, I don't want to give a whole lot away because there is a little bit of a mystery element, and I don't like to spoil things for you all anyway. So, how can I... Breaking it down just a smidge. Character-wise, we got Brad Pitt, who is a covert op of some kind, self-declared smash and grab guy. Gets sent to do a job. He's filling in for someone on a bullet train through Japan. So far, the job goes very well at the beginning, and then things go awry, and that's when craziness ensues. Again, characters, there's some great characters, characterization, acting is done well. There's people in here you didn't know that were going to be in here, and that was a delightful surprise. But when I think about it, story arc-wise, there's not a whole lot of change. This is just a pure action film where you're there to see crazy event fold into another crazy event, and so on until it gets cuckoo nutty, craze balls at the end, and then it's done. It is a ride. You're going on a car ride, and just follow along, especially at the beginning. And that's the whole crux of this film, is the beginning. You get info dumped, characters thrown at you right from the start, which is fine. However, the sound mixing for me was a little bit off, because especially when you have characters like Lemon and Tangerine, very thick accents, very heavy characterization at the front of it, but amidst all the witty dialogue, there's a bunch of exposition telling you who, what, where in their little world that does mean something later on, and I couldn't understand them very well. The sound was so murbled that it was really difficult to follow along, and you really have to pay attention at the beginning of this film, because all these threads eventually, as the story goes along, they get woven together, tighter and tighter and tighter. Almost everything at the beginning, it's necklace. It is Chekhov's gun. Everything potentially, and a lot of it is Chekhov's gun. So at the beginning, you really do have to pay attention for that payback at the end. Lots of callbacks. I enjoy a good callback, and there's so many of them. So for me, I was kind of getting frustrated at first because I want to understand what they were saying, and some of it was getting lost. And I also knew that a lot of the dialogue, especially from Lemon and Tangerine, was actually probably pretty witty, and I just couldn't follow along. And this is when it might be helpful to see this film at home, when you can have the subtitles on and go, okay, ha, I get it, because I mentioned a lot of names as well, and trying to keep track of everyone, it will become important. So another thing, should you see this in the theater or should you see it at home? Theater, wherever you see it, you do have to pay attention, again, especially at the beginning. Don't let anything distract you. So that's why the theater might be good, because you're missing all the outside things around that could take away your attention. But at home, closed captioning, I think you'll be just swell. Is it violent? It's so violent. Is it gory? Yeah. I would liken it, it's just that level of crazy, kind of like Suicide Squad, the last one that came out last summer, that level of over-the-top violence. So because it is just that touch of incredulous, I personally, I don't feel for the characters. You like when you watch something that's really gritty, nitty-dirty, terrible, terrible, like wartime horribleness. Watching the violence is like, ugh. This is just that level again, Suicide Squad-esque level of cuckoo that it kind of just washes over you. Gore-wise, could they have gone further? Yes. Did they have to go as gory as they did? No. Did it distract? As far as fight scenes concerned, some cool stuff, like nothing I would say that you haven't seen before, but still kind of enjoyable. Does it move the story along? It's the majority of the story is just what fight scenes coming next and with who. And so maybe that's where the disconnect was with me, because it was just setting up your tense, because you knew that at any moment somebody could be coming through those sliding doors, and then violence was going to ensue. Knives, guns, swords, little reptiles. You didn't know it was there any moment, and that's why I was tense. So this is why I think this may be a movie that will grow on me, and that if I saw it a second time, I would already be prepared for the violence, and then I can pay more attention to the little nuancy acting choices, dialogue choices that I think really do make this movie stand out from other action films. Yeah, I think that makes sense. There you go. So there's just a quick, dirty rundown. Will you enjoy it if you see it? Yeah, I think you may have. Again, it's one of those, it's pretty, I know, such a glowing recommendation. I know, but there you go. Thanks y'all for being with me in my car on a Friday evening. I do appreciate every few seconds that you spend with me, so I hope you hit the subscribe so that you know the next time I go out again, because who knows, there haven't been a whole lot of movies this summer I've been interested in, so hopefully there'll be one sooner rather than later. So thanks again, y'all. Have your 5 seconds of joy. Take a breath, drink a glass of water, stretch your body, then come see me again. So until next time, y'all.